good afternoon my lovely friends. I hope you're all well. Thank you for joining me, Tony Darroch, live in the Stamps by Me studio. This is the channel where you're going to get all that lovely inspiration that we create, we make, we enjoy. We just share everything we do live here in studio so you can pick up those lovely goodies at home, whether it be my products or somebody else's products, and just have fun. If it puts a smile on your face or the recipient's face, then we've done a good job. So I hope you're all well. If you are watching on YouTube, don't forget to click the subscribe button, and if you have a little HD button and a bell, if you click those, they will give you a better viewing experience and you'll get all the notifications when we are live in studio. So how are we all? Are we all ready for the next launch of our Craft Academy range? I hope so. We've got lots and lots to show you. As you can see, we've got some fabulous samples all over, and guess what, today I've got 3 demos. So we're going to be speed crafting today. I just literally couldn't stop with these fabulous designs. So if you did buy them and you have got them to hand and would like to craft along, then you can do that, but please don't worry if I race off ahead of you. You can click pause, you can go back, the video never goes away, it will always be there for the inspiration for you. So if you want to catch it later tonight or do the recreate the card tomorrow, then you can do that also. So there's no great shakes in it, you're not going to miss out on anything, and you can pause me at any point. So we're going to do 3 lovely demos using these 2 lovely products. So in today's show we're going to be using Raspberry Bouquet, which is the lovely floral element there, so you can see that design there. Absolutely gorgeous, lots of open spaces, so you can use all of your lovely colouring products that you have in your stash. And then we're also going to use the fabulous butterfly stencil. I'm just holding you on the back there just to show you. There we go. So it's a large 7x7 stencil, so lots of open spaces again. I'm going to show you some texture paste techniques as well today. So those are the 2 products we're going to be using live in studio. So whilst I get set up for my first demo, I have some lovely inspiration for you from our design team. They work relentless, they work really hard, and they are relentless with giving you inspiration and different techniques with all of the cards that they make. So check out this little video and I'll get ready. See you soon. So if you are having a few issues with your internet signal or something like that at home, maybe click the refresh button and that might help a little bit. We're not sure exactly what's happening, but we're working on getting it sorted for you, so try and be patient. Hopefully you'll be able to hear me properly and you'll be able to see exactly what's going on. So for my first demo, I'm going to use the butterfly stencil, and we're going to create an 8x8 card, which is a bigger card than I would normally make, but Craft Academy is all about stretching our boundaries and doing new techniques. So did you enjoy that video? Lots of different techniques there for you, wasn't there? So if you have got the products at home already, all you need to do is click pause on the video and you have it there already. You can sit there and copy it, change the colours and do as you please. So hi Tracy, hi Gillian, Audrey, Bridget, Pat Pepper, Susan, Sarah, lots of you on today. Hi Amanda, hi Doreen, Kirsty, lovely to see you all, and thank you for taking the time to come to the Stamps by Me studio. It does mean a lot. Oh, lots of you have already got the products, which is fabulous. So you'll be able to craft along, hopefully. So what I'm going to do first of all is I'm going to use the fabulous stencil, and it's the butterfly one. So it's a little bit different to the designs that we've brought previous, haven't we? But we're going to do the lovely reverse technique. So normally we would pop this on our card and we would stencil through the colour, wouldn't we? But today what we're going to do is we're going to do one of the techniques that I love, and that's putting the ink onto the stencil and then putting my card onto my stencil. It's just a great technique, and it's basically 2 ways of getting different effects out of your stencils. So I have 3 colours. A lot of you like this technique because I see it on a lot of your cards. So I've got Mermaid Lagoon, Seedless Preserve and Peacock Feathers. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to go, let's go purple. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop the purple on the stencil, just randomly, get some colour on there. So I'm just pouncing the ink pad onto the stencil. So I've got a bit of that colour on there. So nothing difficult here, and you can use any water-based inks you've got in your stash. So let's go with this lovely green colour, fill in those spaces. So just make sure you get enough colour on there because you only really get one attempt at getting the print. So make sure you get plenty of ink on there. It's better to have too much than too little. So there we go. And then we'll go with Mermaid Lagoon. Give that a good push on in any spaces where I think we're not going to quite get it. So I'm just going to pop some ink around this frame as well because the frame is going to be part of my card. Just twist the stencil, and again it's water-based ink, so it really doesn't matter if you get it everywhere because it'll wipe off. So just get that colour all the way around. You will end up with inky fingers, mind. There we go. So you could get maybe 2 or 3 prints off this one stencil, and if you are, as I always say, if you're making one card, make 3. So have your next piece of card at the ready. So I've just got a spray bottle water here, and I'm just going to give the stencil a good old spritz, and you see how that colour just comes to life, like so. And then I'm just going to take the piece of cardstock. So normally we're getting like you get a positive image, don't you, when you put the ink through, but this way you get a negative image. So I'm just going to pop this cardstock onto this stencil here, lay it flat, and let that stencil pick up that ink. And hopefully we'll have a distressed type butterfly on the reverse of this piece of card. Now I'm just giving the card the opportunity to drink that ink. So we're not going for precise, that's not the effect that we get with this sort of technique, but you will get a beautiful imprint hopefully. So when you take the design off, you end up with this sort of effect. Can we see that there? It's pretty cool. So I could spray that again. I'd probably get a second design out of that, but I'm not going to because I have got 3 demos. So lots to show you. So let's just set this aside, give this a clean. So is the volume and everything okay, everyone, now? Can you let me know? Give me the thumbs up or just let me know. Fingers crossed it's all okay for you all now. So I'm just going to set that aside for 1 second. So all I'm going to do here is I'm just going to dry this off with my gun. But think about, I've done them in pretty bright colours here, but think about your metallic inks and the things that you've got in your stash. They're all going to look different every time you do them. Autumnal colours would be incredible, wouldn't it? Bit better, yes, getting a few thumbs up. So this is just normal cardstock, so just be mindful if you are using like a heavyweight cardstock, it's going to be full of chalk content. So you might get a slight pill in your cardstock, which gives you, it's okay, gives you a bit more of a distressed look, but if you're not into that sort of like distressed look, use a better weight cardstock, one that's got less chalk content. There we go. So ahead of time, just set this aside because this is going to be the base of our card, is this one. So ahead of time I have stenciled through the butterfly. Can we see here, all in one colour? So yeah, I've just roughly the head start, but what I am going to do is, because this butterfly stencil goes down in sort of layers, I'm just going to take some of the design away and cut it away, and I'm going to create myself a 3D butterfly. So let's go this way. So is everybody, let me just make sure everybody's okay before I put my head down and ignore you all and enjoy myself, you know. So I'm just going to take away some of this design. So I'm, in a sense, making a smaller butterfly. That. And it will soon come to light exactly what I mean. So I'm just going around the design. So for this specific one, let's follow it straight round. All I did was stencil ink through the stencil. So on this one, what we've just done here, we did the reverse technique, which is your positive and your negative. And for this one, we just used our everyday sponge daubers, and we just got that ink laid down as you would with any normal stencil. So let's go. It really doesn't matter how you cut this away. All I'm trying to do is make the stencil a little bit smaller than the actual design. So I'm going to have a sort of 3D effect. You know how I have these wonderful ideas. Sometimes they work, as you all know, sometimes they don't. Just going to take it right down to that centre. So we have one side of our butterfly, which is smaller than the stencil itself. And I'm just going to go on this one, this side. So all you need to do is just make sure that whatever you cut away, it's less of the design of what's going to be on here. So it's going to sit on top and you're going to see this design underneath. Let's just snip that a bit away. So just following those flourishes, and that's the great thing about the flourish design on here. Just follow those lines and there are no rules. You know, it doesn't matter if one side is different to the other, I guess, either. Just going to take that design right up to its tail. Now the centre part of this design is going to be, you're not going to see it, so I'm just going to take his little tail off and you'll see why in a second. Now if you cut away some of the design and you want to take away more, you can do that, okay? So here we have sort of like a 3D butterfly. I just need to shape this so it's a little bit similar to this. Can we see here? I've just missed a little bit. So I'm just going to go back in and take away this design here so it sort of matches in some way. Has anybody played with this butterfly yet? Have we had it at home? Oh, you're all talking about Simon. Oh, have I been made redundant now, hey? Wasn't he incredible, Simon? He did really well, didn't he? We had a few technical issues, but yeah, he did really, really well. Super proud of him. So I'm just matching this side up here. There we go. So we've got our matching corners there. So I'm just going to give that a little bit of moulding. Just to give it that bit of dimension. Now I might actually split the wings. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So I'm just breaking the fibres down in them wings. Let's just set that aside. So for this one, I have already gone ahead, and the raspberry bouquet here, I'll just show you the actual stamp because it's not really clear on the packaging how big it is. So you can see, there we go. So it's quite a big one. It's not for the faint-hearted, but it has those open large spaces so you can get in with your pens and pencils. So what I've done is I heat embossed it in gold, and I used the similar colours that we have used in our butterfly background. Can we see that there? So I've kept it all in keeping with the theme, and this is going to actually be the body of our butterfly. So I'll show you exactly what I mean. So I just fussy cut that one really quickly, and I know we're speed crafting, but I have got 3 demos. Normally I would probably just do 1, maybe 2, but I've got 3. So don't forget though, you can pause me. So let's start putting our card together. So it's an 8x8 top fold, well, side fold, whatever you prefer. I like the score line at the top. Then I've got a piece of gold sparkly card. So let's get this onto our card here. You get the black there, it stops the artwork from floating. So let's just stick this one on. So I've lost all sound. Just let me know, guys, if you can hear me. So can you hear me now? Sound is back. Oh, I'm back. Okay, I'm back. That's good. Okay, so let's move on to our next part of our card. You didn't miss much, I wasn't talking. So can we see how we've got this beautiful like butterfly here now? Can we see, because we've cut away some of that design, we've got sort of this 3D embellishment here. So the larger part of the stencil that I cut away is actually acting as a backdrop for this 3D part here. Can we see that there? Incredible, really. So what I've done is with the top one, I used all one colour. Okay, so but underneath we used the 3 colours, didn't we? So all I'm going to do is I'm going to just make sure that both of my wings are even, and you'll be able to take your time at home cutting things away and making them match if you want to. I mean, they don't have to match, it's not the end of the world, is it? But it does look a little bit easier on the eye if they are similar. Can we see that there? So all I'm going to do here is I'm going to pop some tape down the centre of this butterfly here, and I'm just going to pop my butterfly in the centre there. And can we see how we've got our lovely design around the side? Now you're thinking, well, that's a bit pointless, isn't it? The wings are flapping around. Can we see that there? So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop some pads underneath to give those wings the elevation that it needs. So just under one part, I'm going to pop a couple of pads, maybe 2 or 3, so it sits off the page. Let's do 3. Let's do one more. There we go, so you get that elevation, can we see there? So if you've got your 3D gel or whatever you use at home, you can use that, but I'm just using pads. So this side. Butterlicious, butterflyicious. It's a good idea, it's a great name. So we've got the 4 going on there. So give it a nice, you'll really go to town with that moulding on there. Can we see that, how it's elevated it there? Might help if it was a little bit straight, but you know. So I'm happy with that. And then with the body, which is our lovely raspberry bouquet, can we see here? In the centre there, it is a bit big. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit away. And this is a great thing about these designs. Do not be scared to take away some of the design that's there. It's snippable, go for it. I'm just going to take that part away to make it a little bit thinner. Let's take away this leaf here. So I'm just basically stripping it off, taking some meat off the bones there. Can we see now? So I might. So that looks pretty cool, doesn't it? Shall we go with that? The nice floral bodice of our butterfly there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop some pads in the centre of the body. It's a beauty. Oh, do I like this one? I expect lots of you to make this tonight so I can see you all on the fan page. So we're just going to pop this, can we see here? So we've got the sort of like the bodice. Mind you, I don't think it really matters which way you do it, to be honest with you, but I'm going to go this one. It just seems a little bit softer, but don't be scared to take away some of the, let's take this top part away. Obviously you can decide when you do your own at home. Let's make it a shorter bodice. Can we see there? Is that a little bit, that's a little bit better, isn't it? So we'll stick this one into the centre here. So give those wings a good old push up, and then just ahead of time, I stamped with love and just for you. Now you can pop wherever you wish, but I'm going to pop it in my artwork because I like it in the artwork, as you all know. Make a nice wall art piece. Shall we just pop this in the centre here, just for you? Yeah, let's just go there. So that's one very quick card. So all I did ahead of time was stencil through the stencil, and I heat embossed that body to get the body part of it. Can we see that there? You could really go to town with 3D in these wings. You could do it 3 times and then cut away, so you've got like the 3 wings on there. So there we go. So that's card number 1. I'm just moving out of the way so we can get a lovely picture of that one for after the show. So there we go. So that's that one. Super exciting, hey? So let's set this one aside. Now, if you're not a fan of bright, breezy colours, you could absolutely tone it down, tone on tone, black and white, greys, things like that. So I'm just going to set that aside. That's quite a big card for me, particularly 3D'd as well. So let's just see if anybody's asking any questions. Box frame, brilliant for a box frame, that's right. Lovely card. Oh, thank you very much. Let's have a look. Have we all been crafting? Have we all been, you know, keeping busy, doing the crafting and things like that? Hope so. It's a great distraction, isn't it? So it stops us. Does it stop us from spending money? We'd like to think so, but it doesn't, does it? Hey. Right, so let's move on to our second card, or third card. So I've got quite a bit going on. So our next card. What I did was, let's just show you, let's break it down. So I stenciled through the lovely butterfly with some gold texture paste. Can we see that there? I'll just hold it up for you. There we go, some gold texture paste, and I've cut it away. I'll hold it up. Oops a daisy. Can we see that there? And I've cut the wings out of each. Now, it's really lovely sometimes to not use what it says on the tin with your product. So the butterfly is captivated within, sorry, I've got something in my eyes. Is captivated within that frame, isn't it? But there's nothing saying that you can't use one wing of a butterfly. So what I've done is I've done them with the gold texture paste and I've cut them in half. So we're going to do 2 cards. I'm going to have one wing on one card and one wing on the other card. And you'll see exactly what I mean in a second. So I've done a couple of the elements for the first card first ahead of time, but we are going to do it together on the other card as well. So let's just bring everything in here. Right, so piece of white cardstock, and what we're going to do is we're going to make this look like it was done on this piece of card, so it's very sparkly and it's very, very pretty. So we're going to have one wing on this card here, but we just need to create a pretty background on there, okay? So I'm using all same colour themes today, so the 3 cards will match, which is nice because if you put them in a gift box, one could hold a gift card for Christmas, one could hold a thank you card, and one could hold the Christmas card from a family member, couldn't it? So let's get some colour on here. Not much. So this one is peacock feathers. Let's spray with some water. Now I'm doing it on my glass mat. It has got texture in there, so it might take a while to pick it up. Let's wet the card too. But what this is going to look like is I'm going to stick this one absolutely flat, so it's going to actually look like we've done it direct onto the card. So I'm happy with that. I'm going to absolutely leave that. So let's just mop up that little bit of mess there. Everybody's Christmas cards are ready. Oh gosh, I wish I were as organised. So let's just dry this one very quickly. And again, this is normal cardstock, so I'm not after a super smooth finish. It's going to look like a burst of colour coming out from this sort of wing that we've got going on. But don't forget, you can 3D if you wish. So let's just add the all and singing and all dancing splats. So has everybody started doing some splats yet? You have to let me know. I know a lot of you have said you find it hard to put the splats on your work. Got to put those splats on your work. It's a piece of card at the end of the day, isn't it? We can always pop it in the bin. So let's just blast that one off and then we're ready to put our card together. Super easy, this one. So it depends on style of craft. Are you a plain and simple card maker, or are you a bright and breezy card maker? You know. I love splats. Paul's saying he loves splats. I've seen the splats on your work, Paul. So let's start putting this card very, very simply together. This is a super clean card. I know it's got a bit of colour on, but it's a very clean, classic looking card. So let's just add the tape pen. Let's just, 1 second, I'm just going to grab another tape pen. And I've black top folding note card here. So when you place your wing on top, can we see now how that colour looks like it's just coming from the side of that wing there? It actually looks like it's part of the design. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick that absolutely flat. And to get this sort of look, you really do have to cut it out, unfortunately, because it's captivated within that frame, isn't it? Just pop some glue all the way around here. Now you could do it on vellum as well. It'd look incredible in vellum, wouldn't it? So let's go here. So just give that a second to grab. Anne's saying she likes these kind of cards where she's got no idea where they're going. I tell you, Anne, they're going straight in bin. I'm only joking. I'm only joking. We never put cards in bin. Somebody will love them, won't they? Okay. So let's get our sentiment on here. So I'm just going to use a sentiment from my stash. Let's go with one from our lovely Love and Hope set. So we will go with Enjoy Your Day, hey? And I'm going to do it portrait instead of landscape, because it's always good to change up our sentiments, isn't it? So I'm going to go up the card here. Get it as straight as possible. Nothing ever looks straight. I promise you it is, though. Love the wing on one side, yeah? So we will make it into a butterfly. It's floating at the moment, but we will get it to look like a true butterfly, like half of the butterfly is on the page in a second. So there's our lovely sentiment on there. So let's just grab some sparkles. Now any sparkles in your stash, you don't have to have the all singing, all dancing. But I'm going to go with, because we've got blue on, let's see if we've got something that's going to coordinate. Got some nice ones here. So we're going to use some nice blue ones. We see these here, these are quite pretty. So that one's a nice one, isn't it? So let's go with big. So all I'm basically doing is creating a body of a butterfly here with some sparkles. And because these go down in size, can we see that there? Because they go down in size, it does look like a realistic. And then we'll just taper that tail off a little bit. And then we'll just pop one in to connect those two. And if you've got the time and the patience, you could absolutely, there we go, look, so it looks like, can we see that there? So that's half of the wing, so I'll just hold this one up very quickly and show you this one. So that was such, you saw me just do that. It's such a simple card. Have the courage to just lay that colour down, add the wing, add a body, add a sentiment. You'll have all of these things in your stash. But what you need to do now is we're going to move on to the third card. Sorry, that's my fault. Too busy, not concentrating. Do we need to get a picture of this lovely card? Do you like that one, everybody? So we've got, let's just move out of the way for you. There you go, Nathan. So everybody's still talking about Christmas cards. What's going on? We're not ready for Christmas yet. We're not ready. We're not allowed to be ready. I'm certainly not ready. Santa's not even taken Tom's letter yet. I'm sure there's time. He keeps looking, saying it hasn't gone. I'm thinking, I need to get that sorted. So, the other wing, which is this one, I popped some colour onto my glass mat and I picked up that purple and that blue. Can we see it's fallen within that wing there? So this is the other one. So don't think, oh, I'm just going to use one wing. I'm just going to put the paste through one wing. Do the whole butterfly, then you can split it into two and you've got two cards. You've got all your stash out, so you might as well do it. So then what I've done is I've got some ink on the background here and some splats, and I've popped I love you with that lovely stamp set there on the corner. Can we see that there? So what I'm going to do with this one, so that was a very clean and very simple card. This one we're going with a little bit of texture. Don't panic, don't panic. I'm not panicking, don't worry. Santa will come. He's a very good boy, so I'm not overly concerned. Be careful what I say because he does watch Studio. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop some twine down this side here very, very quickly. So I'm just going to pop some tape top and bottom so it captures the twine, and I'm just going to start at the top and wrap this twine at the top, and then we're going to go down this side up. Just going to keep going until I've used all of this twine in my hand. So I've just got texture. There we go, can we see that there? Yeah. And then what we'll do is we'll stick this to our card. So I'm just using tape, but make sure if you are using the twine it's all stuck securely so it's not going to unravel when somebody takes it out of the envelope. And I've just got a piece of gold mirror board here. I'm just going to stick it straight onto here. So you can see there how that board has sort of like lifted that design instantly. And then what we're going to do with this wing, rather than stick it completely flat, we're going to give it some dimension. So I'm just going to give it a good old twist up. Can you see how I've just got that little bit of dimension in there, just like a little bit of a hook. And I'm going to pop this under the twine here. Can we see how I've just popped it under the twine there? So let's pop some glue under here. Need some more glue. I'm running out. Oh, there we go. So I'm just popping a nice strip of glue on there. And we'll tuck this under our twine. So it's quite high at the moment, but it will drop, obviously. It is cardstock, so I'll just give that a second to grab there. So this is like very peacocky colours, isn't it? You know, I've left some areas white as well to give us that little bit of dimension. And then let's get our twine here. Just cut this into two. Instead of using sparklies, we're going to put a bow on the body. So I'm just going to tuck this twine underneath here and round. So one end of the sort of crafting scale to the other. Just trim those legs. And then we'll put this onto our card. So this is just a white top folding note card, and I'm popping the tape straight onto my card because it'd be really difficult to get the tape on this now because of the dimension in it. So I've popped it straight onto there, and this will go straight onto here. And now we have a little bit of a mixed media type styly card with, again, just a few splats. Sort out its legs. Tidy that up for the photo, but there we go. So there's another one. You see the dimension on there. And it will drop. It's heavy, it's cardstock, so don't think it's going to stay elevated like that. It will absolutely drop. It's cardstock, so don't be bothered if it's really high. Rather be high and drop than be low and flop. So there we go. So that's one card. Shall we put them all together so you can see all three cards? Do you like that one? So we have, I'll see if we can get them all in shot for you. Or should I say Tim will. There we go. So you've got your left and your right wing, and then you've got a solid one cut down to 3D, and then you've got your raspberry bouquet acting as the body for the butterfly. So you'll have to let me know on social media which one you like the best. I will post the pictures after the show. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I'm back with you tomorrow, 3 o'clock, and I think it's time to start mixing it all up. So stand by. If you have the products, have them on standby, ready to go. Whatever you're doing this evening, have a great one. Stay safe, stay cozy, and I will see you all tomorrow. Have a good one. See you later. Bye.